Very good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Respected Dr. Kush Junjunwala and Dr. Yash Banai have provided us link for this program. Thank you. Respected Dr. Srinivas Bisala sir, Dr. Devendra Pratap Gupta sir, all my respected panelists, my dear students, good morning. We have done our preparation throughout last 2 years. We have been studying sincerely with only one goal in our mind, that is to crack NEET and get admission in our dream institute. Now, exam dates have arrived and we have only 1 week to prepare. Most of us are becoming tense. Students, are you becoming tense? Type yes if you are. Some of us are becoming excited to appear for the test. Adolescent Health Academy, Nagpur, Maharashtra Adolescent Health Academy, IMA Nagpur and Academy of Paediatrics Nagpur have jointly arranged this session for guidance about this last week preparation of NEET. I, Dr. Linesh Yawalkar, welcome you all for this session. We have eminent and expert panelists with us to guide you. Let me introduce them in short. Dr. Jayashree Shivalkar, madam, is a senior developmental pediatrician of the city, and she is very much interested and she has expertise in child and adolescent development and career counseling. Dr. Prajakta Kaduskar is adolescent counselor and pediatrician with expertise in career guidance. Dr. Abhijit Bharadwaj is senior pediatrician and adolescent counselor practicing at Wadi near Nagpur. Dr. Bharat is senior pediatrician and neonatologist from Chandrapur with lot of enthusiasm to help adolescents. Dr. Dinesh Saroj is a developmental pediatrician and has expertise in handling children with learning disabilities or any other problem. As exam date is staring at us, we will also give apt response to the need of the time. We will start this session without wasting time. Let us start our session. Let us start with our first question to Dr. Bharat. Sir, please give us short advice about our diet and food during this last week of preparation. Dr. Bharat.
Thank you, Dr. Linesh sir, for this question. So during these important days, along with your study, you should have proper planning, scheduling, and organizing your food also. A good diet will help you in beating your exam stress. So first and foremost thing that I would like to emphasize, don't skip your morning breakfast. Have heavy and healthy breakfast. Avoid too much meals at a time. Instead of that, follow small and frequent meals. In your meals, you should have good quality of carbohydrates in the form of wholesome grains and good quality of proteins from pulses and sprouts. At the same time, you must avoid food which is heavy in fats, oily food, junk food. At the same time, you should avoid high sugar containing and processed food. That will make you feel lethargic and that will affect your concentration abilities also. You must consume lot of water and oral fluids like coconut water, chas, buttermilk, lassi, fresh fruit juices, lime water, etc. At the same time, you should avoid too much consumption of tea and coffee as they contain caffeine that may interfere with your sleep patterns. You should also avoid food containing excess amount of soda as well as aerated drink because they will give you sensation of bloating and they will create discomfort. Also, you should have healthy snacks instead of having samosa, pizza, burger. You should have lighter and healthier snacks like bhel, sprout chaat, chana chats, and also you should keep readily available snacks like dry fruits, nuts, groundnuts, which should be readily available at your table so that you consume it in between your studies. At the same time, most important thing is you must consume good amount of juicy fruits and vegetables. The fruits and vegetables will act as a stress buster. They help you in avoiding constipation because you are having prolonged sitting activities. So because of this, you will avoid constipation. At the same time, these fruits and vegetables will rehydrate and replenish you. And after consuming excess amount of fruits and vegetables, you won't feel sleepy. So these are important things you should follow in planning your food.
Thank you, Dr. Ram Bharat, for the yummy and nutritious food guidance. Be prepared and solve your problem in short time. Now I ask Dr. Dinesh Saroj to guide us about exercise during these 7 days. Dr. Dinesh Saroj.
Hello. Good morning,
Yes,
everybody. Yeah. So, good morning, all students. Good morning, all the respected faculties. So, this is a very important and crucial time for all of our students. They are going to appear for NEET exam. Exercises are very important. We should keep following all exercises because they keep our blood vessels open. The circulation to blood and carrying oxygen to the blood is very important because it helps in thinking and decision making at last moment. You have to do at least minimal amount of exercises, and they need to be more of a stretching kind of exercises rather than weight lifting. And because otherwise you may land up with cramps, and that may interfere with your exam preparation. And it is not necessary that you should be prolonging the time beyond a particular extent. Say 15 or half a minutes or to half an hour of exercise routine, daily routine is good enough for you to keep yourself in a good position to continue focusing on studies. So do not neglect exercises. They are very important in your exam preparation. Yes, Yawalkar sir. Hello, Dr. Yawalkar sir.
Thank you, Dr. Dinesh. Now I request Dr. Jayashree Shivalkar madam to guide us about relaxation exercises and yoga.
Okay, good morning, students. The first thing you have to keep in mind that you cannot fully relax now. A bit of stress, a bit of anxiety will be there because we are appearing for a very important examination. But we have to make an effort to reduce our stress, to reduce our anxiety, and focus on our task. Now, how to do it? See, we don't have too much of time to do long yoga sessions or exercise. What I would recommend is very short 5 minutes relaxation exercise, maybe after a study of 45 minutes to 1 hour. So what you can do in this 5 minutes is either you can just do some physical activity just near your table. टेबल के पास खड़े होना है, थोड़ा सा जंपिंग करना है या बिट ऑफ स्ट्रेचिंग करना है. So that improves your blood circulation and it will make it alert for further study. Next thing which you can do for relaxation is just sit in your chair, close your eyes for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Try to visualize your examination setup and tell yourself, I am going to perform my best. So you are not sleeping, but you are giving relaxation to your eyes, to your brain, and at the same time utilizing your time to visualize. मुझे करना है, मुझे अच्छा करना है. So that way, you can relax. The third point which you must remember is don't compare yourself with your friends. Maybe on WhatsApp, your chats, you read कि इसने रात भर पढ़ाई किया, उसने ऐसा किया, उसके इतने चैप्टर हो गए, उसका इतना स्कोर आया. These are the main stressors. So at this point, I would request you to avoid comparing yourself with others and just focus on your task. And the moment you do something, you should feel relaxed कि भाई मेरा हो गया है, so you feel happy about it. And the last and most important is don't use screen time for relaxation. यानी मैंने घंटा भर पढ़ लिया है और अब मुझे थोड़ा सा मोबाइल देखना है. Mobile watching is not mentally relaxing. In fact, it will exhaust your brain more. And you will keep on thinking about the things you see on media. So keep off the mobile. Don't use it for relaxation for these next 10 days. Okay. Short, snappy exercise to improve your circulation. Short naps or short period of closing your eyes to relax. Maybe you can talk to your parents, or maybe you can talk to any one of us if you feel anxious. So these are the methods, or these are some tips to reduce your relaxation, to reduce your tension and feel relaxed.
Okay, thank you, madam. Very nicely explained. Dr. Abhijit Bharadwaj, are you ready?
Mute दाखवत आहे त्यांचं. Mute दाखवत आहे.
Dr. Abhijit, please unmute yourself.
आता येतोय आवाज?
Yes,
sir. So
We
you
can
can use another
Dr.
device
Abhijit
for
Bharadwaj,
voice.
please guide us about sleep.
Yes. It is very important for aspirants to have good sleep, particularly during this crucial last 15 days or so of your preparation. Good sleep is very important for the functioning of the brain. Many students avoid sleeping due to performance pressure, but we should try to sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours a day. And this sleep is particularly useful if you want to remember physics. As we all know, physics is the subject which pulls us back for many students. So to remember and understand the concepts of physics, our brain has to be relaxed. Then what happens? Our abstract thinking is, and the retrieval of the ideas, whatever we have learned before, this we can remember properly if we have got proper sleep. So a good night's sleep is very important, and particularly when you are going to exam, at least sleep for 6 to 8 hours. At least fall in the bed. If somebody is not able to sleep due to pressure of his exam or so, it is absolutely normal. Don't think that this will cause some problem to me. Even players like Sachin Tendulkar, they didn't sleep before the World Cup final matches. So stop thinking about sleeping and try to relax during sleep. So I think this will help you, and plan your sleep properly so that you are sleeping at least 6 hours a day continuously. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Abhijit. You have very nicely explained the concept of sleep. And also, when somebody is not able to sleep, he should not keep thinking about that. He should accept the fact that it is a normal thing. Now I ask Dr. Prajakta Kaduskar, madam, how can I keep my mood fresh and pleasant?
This is very, very important these days because only 7 days are remaining to appear for the important exam. But that is not life. It is a part of life. Everyone, parents, students, teachers, and everyone knows. But realization is much, much more important. Yawalkar sir, can I have the sharing screen? I would just want to show one photograph. So, host, I think Yash is host.
At present, I am host.
Yeah, sir, please allow me to share.
Allow me to?
Yeah.
Share? You want to share your screen?
Yeah, share the screen just for one photograph. I just want to share that how this 7 days are remaining, so goal is just near to you. 2 years back, goal was quite far away. But now everyone is able to see the goal, and that is why that is much, much important that everyone is stressed out. Because when we see, yeah, okay, sir, thank you. Yeah, can you all see? Can you all see?
Yes, we can see. At least I can
Yeah.
see.
Yes. So here you are present and your goal is seen over here. Are you able to see? Yes. So when the goal is visible, the stress is much more increased, and now the responsibility of every individual is to keep cool. To say keep cool is very easy, but it is really difficult when it comes to an individual. So I would, as a psychologist, I would say when you see so many hazards and obstacles in between yourself and your goal, then you have to keep a worry time. You keep journaling. For example, when you are studying, number of thoughts come in your mind. So on right side, you keep one plain paper on which you can journal what negative thoughts are coming in your mind. For example, all the pessimists around you, your own ego, your haters, I mean those who are competitors, who are compared to whom you compare, then relatives, then guilts, doubts about oneself, fear factor is very, very important, which is always there to keep one worried. So you have to have plain paper on right side and write down whatever comes in your mind at that time, and keep that paper aside and allot a worry time to that paper, that this study I will do in these 5 minutes. So now my time is to study. So I have kept it aside and now I am starting to study. Whenever you feel angry, yes, these things are going to happen. No one is away from this. Every individual who is appearing for this exam is going through the same phase, same road. Nothing new is happening to you. First thing you have to consider this. Then wasting of time, as madam has already said, that screen time should not be used as your stress buster. So what to use as stress buster? Because stress has to be there. So one thing is there, either you read newspaper, but don't see the paper where all JE candidates photographs are there. So leave that apart. So let all the positive thing come towards you, or you read something what you write, what you like to read when you are not studying. Then talk with your parents, talk with all the inmates of your family and home, so that your mind is diverted from worries and not the study. But screen will divert you from your studies. Use music, light music. जब बहुत ज़्यादा excess of worry हो जाती है तो rock music, dance कर लो उसके साथ, so that at that time you will have complete usage of your extra energy, and that extra energy will be channelized in dancing rather than thinking over. So overthinking will create loss of activity, but dancing will definitely channelize your energy in a positive way. Third thing I would suggest is think about good things which have occurred to you. 2 साल से आप क्लास में जा रहे हो, पढ़ रहे हो, एवरीथिंग इज द लाइफ इज गोइंग ऑन. इसके बीच में काफी बुरी चीजें हुई तुम्हारे साथ, काफी अच्छी चीजें हुई. So you can just revise good things in mind because you have got very less time to uphold yourself. डाउन जाने के लिए 100 बातें हैं, ऊपर आने के लिए खुद को देखना है, खुद को करना है. नो वन कैन पुल यू अप, so you have to push yourself. So this pull or push, you have to choose a proper action. This is very, very important. All negative feelings, they will be there. As I have already shown this, all of you must have gone through this and must be going through these all negative feelings and whatever is seen here. But now goal is your focus and not these hazards and obstacles. They are there. They will be there now for NEET, now for NEET PG, then after NEET PG, then for Super PG. Every time they will be there. So your aim is to focus the goal and then you can move ahead. So 3 things only I said. Keep worry time, keep on journaling. Don't waste your time in mobile or screen. Rather than stress buster, you have to use music, dance, or anything you like. And 4th is just make list of good things which have happened to you throughout these 2 years, not bad things. So this will boost you up. There are hundreds of things to pull you down, but you have to get thrust from all these bad things and push yourself up. So that is what I want to say, Linesh sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Prajakta madam. When you talked about dance, yes, it would really elevate our mood. Now I ask Dr. Ram Bharat sir to elaborate a few steps to avoid illness during this examination period.
Yes, sir. This is very important period in our life. So you can't afford falling sick during this period. And protecting yourself and staying healthy is your own responsibility. So for that, you have to follow certain precautions. Strictly avoid outside food, street food, outside water. Have home available and home cooked food only. Have hygienic food. Carry your own water bottle when you are going out. Follow all habits of cleanliness like washing your hands before your meals. These steps will prevent you from stomach infections and food and waterborne infection. Along with that, you don't be in close contact with sick people, especially those who are sick with cough, cold, and fever. If possible, use mask while going near them. In these days, eye infection and conjunctivitis are also common, and you can't afford getting it. So, you avoid close contact with the people having conjunctivitis. Strictly wash your hands before touching your eyes. And along with that, these are days when heat wave is at its peak. So in these days, take proper precaution to avoid heat stress, heat exhaustion, and other heat-related illness. In the afternoon hours, strictly be at home. If at all you have to go out, you use full protection with cap, goggle, sun coat, gloves, etc. And at the same time, to avoid injuries and accidents, you don't be in hurry always. You drive safely and carefully. So these are the small steps which can help you in keeping healthy and protect yourself during these essential days.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Ram.
Very well said. Now I request Dr. Linesh Yawalkar. It is your time now to elaborate about the last week revision.
Okay. Thank you, Abhijit. My dear students, I want to tell you that you should give more time to physics in earlier days in this week and give more time to chemistry on the day before examination. Why? Because in physics, you can use long-term memory. You can use your imagination. You can use derivations. So this creates long-term memory, which we remember for bit long time. But in chemistry, the material is such that you cannot create visual or auditory concrete memory. So you need to use short-term memory for chemistry. And for biology, I will suggest to keep enough time for biology every day. Then one more thing is, during this last week, do not start reading or preparing new topic. Especially if you are not confident about your preparation, it is better to revise the topics you have already prepared and mastered in last few years. This will be more productive for your marks rather than starting and reading new topic. Thank you. Now, I request Dr. Jayashree Shivalkar, madam, please elaborate about how to stay focused about studies.
Yes, I think a very correct word has been used by sir. It is focus. You know, we all have heard about that story of Arjuna, जहाँ पे उसने बर्ड का आंख देख के निशाना मारने की बात करी थी. You are exactly in a same position. No, you just don't have to think about anything else. Don't have to divert yourself in anything. Even आपके आजू बाजू में भी जो चल रहा है उसको भी हमने रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करना है. जो इंटरनली थॉट्स आ रहे हैं उसको भी हमने ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं करना है. एंड यू हैव टू बिलीव that your brain is very, very, very active during these last 8 days. Your brain has increased capacity to take on the information. So don't worry कि you know इतना मैं कैसे याद रख पाऊंगा या याद रख पाऊंगी. Just there is a book in front of your eyes and these are the questions and these are the answers and I have to register them in my mind. Nothing else matters. नीट के बाद मुझे क्या करना है, अगर मार्क्स नहीं मिले तो क्या करना है, फ्रेंड्स को मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे, मैं क्या करूंगी. All these thoughts, all these queries we can definitely deal with after your exams. So just मैं और मेरी books, मैं और मेरे test paper, even don't see your marks also. If you are solving test, don't look at the mark, don't analyze by how much marks you are getting. क्योंकि अभी जो किया हुआ है उसको रिवाइज करना है और जो थोड़ा बहुत इधर उधर का हम और एक्स्ट्रा ब्रेन में डाल सकते हैं उसको डालना है. So don't bother about the marks, don't bother about anything. Just focus, focus and focus. Your brain can take up lot of information during these last 10 days. Similarly, while solving the paper, you have got 3 hours. So how you are going to utilize these 3 hours? That plan should be exactly sketched in your mind. That after 1 hour, I expect this much to be done. After 2nd hour, I expect this much to be done. And if at all you have not solved any questions, keep some time in the end. So all the planning which you need to do during those 3 hours, you should practice it now. What thought process you should have at that time? Like if you are solving physics and you are not getting 6-7 questions, so many times students feel panic at that time. अरे बाप रे ये भी नहीं आया, ये भी नहीं आया, ये भी नहीं. Now you know I'm done with. So you just practice this also. If I don't get 10 questions, doesn't matter, I will solve the 11th one. So this mental practice, this mental focusing, not panicking during examination, all these things you can practice now. And while giving your exam, stay focused on your paper. Try to do some recall. That also at the end of your session. जो questions confidently आ रहे हैं उसके ऊपर हमको focus करना है. So the key word I would say is focus, and you can definitely do it, and it will definitely take your marks from 15, 20 to up to 50 even in this last 10 days. Okay, so stay focused. That is the key word.
Thank you, Jayashree madam. Now we are happy that we have few senior faculties with us. Dr. Devendra Pratap Gupta sir, who is a senior faculty of physics, is here. He also teaches maths for JEE. Now I asked him, sir, what if a student feels that he is short of time? How can he rearrange his studies at least about physics?
Good morning to all of you. Sir, all of you have spoken very well and every point has been covered. But am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. So all of you have pointed out every right things. So, but beside that, what I will say that during this coming 1 week, my advice to a student will be try to avoid any test series, going here and there, consulting new book. That would be my first priority. What I had observed to my student that during these coming days, they try to open some new book, new set of questions, papers, or the test series. Means if suppose tomorrow is the test, until the day before that, they used to go for the test series for the XYZ institute, which I means for in my opinion, that is not the right thing that a student should do. For this coming 6 to 7 days, they should be at their home. Whatever till now they have mastered the concept, they should go through it and they should try to remain cool and calm. Believe me, the more you are going to be in the peaceful mood, the chances or the probability of solving the physics problem during the examinations or any subject will be high. That would be the inputs. Because I have seen that many students, that during the examinations, the same set of the questions of the physics, they were not able to solve, but after the examinations, after 1 and 2 days, same questions they have been able to solve it. And when I have analyzed the situations, I came to know, the conclusion was that during that time they were in the panic situations. Means एक दिमाग में डर था, उसने इतना कर लिया होगा, मेरा क्वेश्चन इतने टाइम में नहीं हुआ. मीन्स उनका मूड स्टेबल नहीं रहता है. And other type of the student who is not so panic, means उसने बहुत ज्यादा पढ़ाई नहीं की है, लेकिन वो अच्छे मूड में रहता है कि नहीं मैं करूंगा, उसका अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस देखा है मैंने. बट ऐसे स्टूडेंट जो साल भर बहुत मेहनत किए हैं, आखिरी में आके क्या होता है कि उनपे स्ट्रेस होता है और वो एग्जाम के टाइम में वो इतने प्रेशर में रहते हैं कि उनका एग्जाम पीरियड में दिमाग ब्लॉक हो जाता है और वो फिजिक्स के क्वेश्चंस नहीं कर पाते हैं. ये मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन है. एवरी ईयर आई यूज्ड टू गेट दिस टाइप ऑफ द स्टूडेंट 5 to 6 out of 30. So my advice will be, believe me, physics is very simple. The questions of the NEET physics, they are not like the JEE advanced questions of the physics. They are very simple. If the student is going to remain cool and calm, believe me, whatever till now they have mastered the concept, based on that, they would be able to solve it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Very nicely explained. Thank you. Now, let me find out if Dr. Srinivas Bisala sir is here. Bisala sir, are you there? No, I think. There was a question and about how to avoid silly mistakes. So, Gupta sir, can you elaborate on this topic? How to avoid silly mistakes?
Yes, sir. See, what is this silly mistake? Sir, क्या होता है कि I have worked with the S.C. Verma sir, who is the well-known faculty of the physics from the IIT Kanpur. तो जब हम लोग सर जेई क्वेश्चंस का डिजाइन करते हैं, तो हम जब क्वेश्चंस को डिजाइन करते हैं तो हम क्वेश्चन डिजाइन करते वक्त इस चीज को ध्यान में रखते हैं कि एक कंसेप्ट को लेके क्या क्या मिसकंसेप्शंस हो सकते हैं. हम उस पॉइंट को कंसीडर करके क्वेश्चन डिजाइन करते हैं. क्योंकि नीट एग्जाम हुआ, चाहे जेई एडवांस एग्जाम हुआ, चाहे जेई एग्जाम हुआ, इसमें मुझे बच्चों को रिजेक्ट करना है. बोर्ड एग्जाम नहीं है कि बच्चों को सिर्फ मार्क्स देना है. तो हमारा फोकस होता है कि हम कैसे क्वेश्चन डिजाइन करें कि मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट उसको कर नहीं पाए. तो हम जो क्वेश्चन डिजाइन करते हैं वो मिसकंसेप्शंस पे डिजाइन करते हैं. तो मुझे पता है कि इस टॉपिक को लेके क्या क्या मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं. और ये क्या प्रॉब्लम है सर कि आज के डेट पे मार्केट में इतने सारे बुक्स हैं और किसी भी बुक्स की प्रूफ रीडिंग नहीं है. XYZ बहुत सारे इंस्टीट्यूट है, सब अपने अपने लर्निंग मटेरियल देते हैं. यूट्यूब, गूगल पे बहुत सारे मटेरियल है जिसका कोई मतलब कोई उसका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेने को तैयार नहीं है कि हाँ ये सही है कि गलत है. स्टूडेंट गूगल करता है, स्टूडेंट यूट्यूब पे जाता है, किसी का भी वीडियो देखता है और वो मिसकंसेप्शंस डेवलप होते जाते हैं. तो वहीं पे बच्चे क्या करते हैं, सिली मिस्टेक छोड़िए सर, सबसे ज्यादा जो प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है आज के डेट पे मिसकंसेप्शंस पे ही बच्चे गलत करते हैं सारे क्वेश्चंस को।
Okay.
और सिली मिस्टेक्स सिर्फ इस वजह से होता है जब वो हरी पीरियड में होते हैं। जैसे कि एक मिस्टेक कॉमन क्या होता है कि बच्चों को कैलकुलेशंस करने के लिए रैशनल नंबर, रियल नंबर को लेके प्रॉब्लम होता है, तो जब भी उनको एक्सेलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी जी की वैल्यू लेनी होती है, थ्रू आउट द एकेडमिक सेशन वो जी की वैल्यू 10 मीटर पर सेकेंड स्क्वायर देते हैं। बट नीट एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन में कहीं पे भी मेंशन नहीं किया है कि आपको जी की वैल्यू 10 लेनी है। वो बाय डिफॉल्ट 9.8 होता है, वो उसको 10 लेके करते हैं, आंसर मैच नहीं होता है, और फिर क्या होता है सर, वहां से सिली मिस्टेक होना और पैनिक सिचुएशंस होना क्रिएट होता है।
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank
Welcome,
you
sir.
very much. Now there I got one more response to this question, that one of the NEET student, when I asked him about this, what he said is, gather all your silly mistakes in last 1 month. Ask someone to gather all the wrong responses given in last 1 month question papers and revise through them. One simple revision will remove most of your silly mistakes in coming paper. Okay, thank you.
Can I add one more?
Please.
Yeah. See, many times the silly mistake occur because students don't read the question properly. They are not reading the question properly because sometimes the question is like कि चारों में से कौन सा apply नहीं होता है, और sometimes it is कि कौन सा apply होता है, especially in biology. So when they are in hurry, they feel कि ये तो मुझे आ रहा है, ये तो मैंने पढ़ा है. So many times they don't read the question properly. So I think many silly mistakes can be avoided if they read the question with good presence of mind.
Okay, thank you, madam. This was another suggestion to me, that the words like not, incorrect, excluded should be underlined while reading the question. Okay, thank you. Dr. Abhijit Bharadwaj. Sir,
Yes, yes.
guide us about our preparation on a day before examination.
One more silly mistake
Yes.
Students usually do is that they don't mark the question and answers properly. Like say question number 10, and they will give its answer is C, then they will give it in front of question number 11. So this thing also they have to keep in mind. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, we can hear you clearly now.
Yes. So this was one point. And what we have to prepare just before the examination. Check that you have prepared your admission card and pasted photographs on it. You are expected to prepare it at least 1 week before. Then read the admission card, each and every word at least once, and check your readiness with all the instructions given there. Ideally, you should have a Xerox copy of your admission card. This helps you to recollect your signature and also the photograph which you have given to the exam authorities. Check the uniform or dress you are supposed to wear during the examination. Nowadays, they give some instructions that you cannot carry any electronic equipment, electronic watches or anything with you. You cannot carry any type of speakers or some devices with you. So you have to be very careful regarding this. Otherwise, you will have to face some problem and your precious time may be lost in managing these things. So when you dress properly, see to it that you don't take any of these things with you. So as far as possible, you and your family member, somebody must have visited the exam center by now. If not, it is better to visit. This will help you to know about the time you need to travel, the road conditions, etc. And while calculating the time to travel, you should also consider the time which you will be needed to maneuver the extra traffic on the day of examination. And you must plan to reach your center at least 30 minutes before your allotted time. and you should stop studying at least 1 hour before the examination. So this will keep you calm. And now, Dr. Linesh, will you please give us the tips about the day of exam?
Yes.
Dr. Linesh.
Can you hear me? Yes. Now we have to stay calm on the day of examination. Try to accept that we have to stop reading at some point of time. You have to start your journey towards examination center at planned time and wear the prescribed dress, check for the prohibited objects, and as far as possible, put them at home. Then while traveling or even before traveling, ensure that you have taken admission card, identity card, and extra photograph. Generally, these three are required. If some examinations, they ask for some other papers, you have to check it and take it. Ensure that you have taken tiffin if you have calculated longer travel time. Drink enough water. Keep water bottle with you till you leave your vehicle. Don't read while traveling. This gives extra strain to your eyes. And this strain will be perceived as stress. And it can give negative effect on your performance. When you are not reading, when you are not doing anything, then your mind may go haywire. So at that time, you can practice deep and slow breathing, and also you can use imagery during this period. While using imagery, imagine that majority of questions will be from the topic you have read and prepared. Do not imagine that the questions will be, all the questions will be from the topics which you have not prepared well. This imagery will also be useful when you are sitting and waiting for your paper in examination center. When you are at examination center, go to toilet for urination at least 15 minutes before exam time. This is because some examination centers buildings are bigger and toilets may be away from examination room. And I remember an incident when one student went to toilet and became anxious and forgot where was his examination room. When you read paper, you may read the question twice. Okay. And ask whether yourself whether you have perceived the question correctly. Thank you. So thank you everyone for patient listening. Now the session is open for question and answers. If somebody has some question, he may ask. He or she may ask. But before you can ask questions, I have collected few questions from students. And this is a rapid fire question. Anyone, any panelist can answer it. We will first try to get answers from respected Dr. Nishikant Kotwal sir also. Kotwal sir, are you there? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I am there.
Yes. How to avoid anxiety after seeing difficult questions in exam paper?
That's what I was trying to know each and every point and trying to understand one thing. Everybody is talking about only one thing, that at this time, at this juncture, or at this, in the last week, you are really at your point where stress occurs fast. And that is what should be avoided, because anything, when you are going to examination center, if there is a Bharat on the road, you become suddenly anxious that you will and think that you won't be reaching in time, right? So the anxiety level before also is very high, and you are always anxious. So two things we have to always remember is, do not listen to gossips. Do not listen to things कि हा प्रश्न येणार आहे, तो प्रश्न येणार आहे, तो आलेला आहे, this time the paper is very hard, and forget about it. Another thing, this examination is not dependent on your revision. but is dependent on the studies which you have done throughout year. So forget about if you have forgotten or if you have missed reading a chapter, anything, because it is not dependent on you. So be confident about it. When you go inside the examination the room and read paper carefully, and previously the papers used to come in paper and backside का हम पढ़ते नहीं थे कभी कभी, वो that silly mistake we used to make. And as Prajakta has already said rightly, sometimes we mark even the answers wrongly because either we are in a hurry or we are too confident. So keep your mind cool, because examination is all planned for all of you to be given in 3 hours time or 2 hours time or whatever time has been set. Then do not waste if it is a descriptive questions which are not there. I think it is only ABCD. Don't then this is invalid. Okay. So be cool. Read questions papers. Do not gossip. Do not analyze after the paper. Never, never, never. You might have made a mistake, but it is sealed. Forget about it. And maybe tomorrow you may read in paper that the whole question was wrong, and so everybody is going to get 10 marks out of 10 marks. So be in that elated mode rather than getting perturbed. As rightly said by Ram also, that you have to take care. You don't have to fall sick because of your silly adventurous things that you have gone to a party or you have gone to a reception. कुछ नहीं होता है, मैं तो बहुत ही खुश हूँ, मेरा पूरा preparation हो गया है. But you can always land up in problem because of this party. So never postmortem your paper afterwards, because tomorrow you have another paper. And tell yourself always that you are ready for any paper, any type of paper. I am going to be doing very good. And that you have to tell every time. Whenever you hear these things, paper बहुत hard hai. Yes, I have prepared, I have read. Now I am ready for the war. So let's go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. There was one more response that if you get many difficult questions one after another, tell yourself that marks may go down, but my rank will be same. It is hard for everyone. Don't worry. So another rapid fire question is, if I have studied biology well, how can I improve more? Anyone can take it. Prajakta madam, can you take it? I have read biology well. Can I improve more?
Yes, one thing is there, biology is not a conceptual subject as such, unlike physics. So whatever you have studied or read since 2 years, some of few points may get evaporated because it is a factual subject. जो है वो है, उसमें आपको कुछ innovation करना नहीं है. So that is why if you really don't know the answer to some question, बाजू में रखिए, आगे बढ़िए. That is the only thing to improve. ये नहीं याद आ रहा, अरे मैंने पढ़ा है और मुझे याद नहीं आ रहा. Don't take it to your ego. Leave that ego there only. Leave that question. Go ahead so that you can address the another one with cool mind. क्योंकि ये mind cool रखने का ही पूरा game है. This is just T20, कोई भी hit कर सकता है 6. So इतना ही सोच के जाना है. जो नहीं आ रहा है, कंसेप्चुअल में आप थोड़ा सा टाइम दे सकते हो, कुछ डेरिवेशन कर सकते हो, कुछ आंसर फाइंड आउट कर सकते हो, लेकिन फैक्चुअल में गलत या सही ऐसा ही होता है. सो उस क्वेश्चन पे अपना टाइम वेस्ट करने से बेहतर है कि अच्छे से बबलिंग मिस्टेक किए बिना रिमेनिंग सॉल्व करो, और जो भी परफॉर्मेंस है वो अपने आप इंप्रूव होता है. क्योंकि आफ्टर सम टाइम यू विल फॉरगेट कि वो क्वेश्चन आपको आया नहीं था. अब ये हुई बात एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जाम. अगर हम आज की बात करते हैं कि हमने पूरा पढ़ लिया है, मुझे कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा, तो जस्ट बिफोर स्टार्टिंग योर बायोलॉजी स्टडीज या फिर जो भी आप एनसीईआरटी से पढ़ रहे हो, इसके पहले एक 5 मिनट मेडिटेशन कीजिए. जो टॉपिक आप पढ़ने जा रहे हो उसको रिकलेक्ट कीजिए सिर्फ माइंड में कि इसमें हमने क्या क्या पढ़ा था. जो भी हमने अभी तक की मिस्टेक की है, जैसे सर ने बताया था कि एक मिस्टेक, महीने भर की मिस्टेक निकालो, किसी स्टूडेंट ने भी ये कहा था, कि महीने भर की मिस्टेक निकालो और रेक्टिफाई करो. दैट इज वेरी गुड थिंग एट दिस पॉइंट, क्योंकि ये पॉइंट पे पूरा का पूरा एनसीईआरटी पढ़ना इज नॉट फिजिबल. इसलिए शांति रखिए. इफ यू आर कीपिंग कूल, यू आर गोइंग टू रिमेम्बर वॉट एवर यू हैव लर्न इन क्लासेस, इन वाइल स्टडिंग, वाइल सेल्फ स्टडिंग. सब टाइम पे जो भी हमने किया है हमें याद आता है. जस्ट हैव दैट पॉजिटिव माइंड सेटअप and go on studying for 7 days. Just 7 days आपको निकालने हैं with consistent study, consistent mental status, and your performance will be definitely increased. That is all,
Okay.
Yawalkar sir.
थैंक यू मैडम. और ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं कि ऑलरेडी यू हैव प्रिपेयर्ड बायोलॉजी, योर प्रिपरेशन इज गुड. वो एग्जामिनर जो है वो ऐसे क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे कि जो जनरली लोग स्किप कर देते हैं, जो रीडिंग स्किप हो जाती है, उसके ऊपर जो क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे वो डिसाइड करेंगे टॉपर्स. और अगर हम कोई डायग्राम के लेबल्स पढ़ते हैं, एग्जामिनर को पता है कि नीचे क्या लिखा है, वो कई बार पढ़ते नहीं है बच्चे. जैसे मायोटोनिक डिस्ट्रॉफी वर्ड वो पेडिग्री के नीचे दिया हुआ है, और ये नीचे का डिस्क्रिप्शन हम लोग कई बार पढ़ते नहीं है. तो वहां से जो इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड्स है उसको अंडरलाइन करना, जो जनरली हम लोग स्किप करते हैं, तब हमारा बायोलॉजी का स्कोर एक लेवल से ऊपर जा पाएगा. थैंक यू मैडम. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज शिवलकर मैडम. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज आई एम लूजिंग कॉन्फिडेंस, व्हाट शुड आई डू?
See, this is very common condition, but as we have seen all through this discussion, कि अभी क्या हुआ था और क्या होने वाला है, इसके ऊपर ज्यादा ध्यान नहीं देना है कि 2 साल मैंने ऐसे वेस्ट किए या करना था व्हाटएवर, या नीट क्लियर होता है नहीं होता है, उसके बाद क्या होने वाला है. सो पास्ट और फ्यूचर का अभी नहीं सोचना है. अभी सिर्फ मेरे सामने बुक है और मुझे उसको पढ़ना है. एंड रिमेम्बर, अगर हमारा नीट क्लियर नहीं होता है तो आप समझ लीजिए कि भगवान ने आपके लिए कोई और ऑप्शन निकाल के रखा. क्योंकि जब नीट या जेई जैसे हम इतने इम्पोर्टेंट एग्जाम देते हैं तो आप समझिए कि इतने सारे बच्चे देते हैं और कम सीट्स होती है, तो कहीं ना कहीं नीट क्लियर नहीं होगी, ये चल के ही हमको आगे जाना है. रिपीट का ऑप्शन हमारे पास है, या टुडे वी हैव मेनी ऑप्शंस विच जिसको हम बोलते हैं कि मैथ साइंस कंबाइन करके या मैथ्स बायो कंबाइन करके वो भी ऑप्शंस हमारे पास होते हैं. सो देयर आर मेनी ऑप्शंस. maybe we can have some session what after NEET, after this NEET examination. so don't think about future. अभी हमारे पास जो है उसका बेस्ट यूज मुझे करना है. just focus on this point and you will have good confidence.
Okay, thank you. I think we have covered most of the important questions and doubts. Any panelist who suggests any more topic which is to be covered in short?
Just one point. See, if it is too hot, just drink water a day before or night before. Drink lot of water, because on that day you cannot drink lot of water, because otherwise you will have to go for urination frequently. तो पहले दिन पानी का प्रमाण पीने में ज्यादा आना चाहिए, so that your body is well hydrated. सेकेंडली, जब आप कुछ खाते हैं तो आप ये समझ लीजिए कि आपको 2 घंटा वहां पे रुकना है. मेनी टाइम्स पेपर के 2 घंटा पहले हमको वहां रुकना पड़ता है, और कभी कभी ट्रैवल टाइम 1 आवर होता है. सो दैट इज 3 आवर्स और 4 आवर्स बिफोर योर एग्जाम्स. सो हाइपोग्लाइसेमिया नहीं होना चाहिए. सो हैव गुड फूड, इवन इफ यू आर स्टार्टिंग एट 6 AM in the morning or 7 AM in the morning. You should have good food before you start, क्योंकि शुगर लेवल हमारा कम नहीं होना चाहिए, because it is 10 to 1 ऐसा एग्जाम चलता है. So keep yourself well hydrated and well fed.
Okay, thank you.
Can I add one thing? Can I add one thing, Linesh?
Yes, sir, please.
See, whenever people prepare for Olympics, prior to that, they take part in many of the competitive sports, okay? But whenever they are taking that competition, it is told to them that do not think of Olympic. think of this particular tournament only. Because if they think about getting an Olympic gold medal, it puts more pressure on them, and they many a times can't perform very well. That is one thing. And second thing, what Jayashree has said is wonderful. Said, stop brooding. If you have not done, stop brooding. You know that it is brooding will not help you, but rather saying yourself that yes, this is not the only thing. I have prepared for an year about this. So let us be cool. You will get 10% definitely more marks if you are giving everything coolly, not avoid silly mistakes, then you and have a proper speed, then you can definitely do very well, because stress leads to slowing of everything. Thank you.
Can I add one thing? Linesh sir?
Thank you, sir. Anyone else who wants to add something?
Yeah, can I add one thing?
Yeah.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, voice is low, but
am I audible?
sure. Yes, madam, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Low volume, I said.
Our seniors, Dr. Jayashree Shivalkar and Kotwal sir has very rightly said about tackling your own self. Now, I just want to add one thing, that whenever there is exam, like every day you are taking some test or you are having practice, your examination time is 2 to 5, 5:20. So do that paper or solve that paper in that time daily or whenever you solve, so that you are in that environment at that time. Do not think about any other exam, but just think about the present exam you are giving, so that you can perform well. See, few things are there. Though we think that we have not to think, we still overthink. So sometimes this stress gives us some physical symptoms. For example, heart beats very fast. Sometimes you get vomiting sensation. Sometimes there are like bumps in goosebumps in your body. Like all these things, they are normal. Every one of us have gone through that. You are no different. आप यही ग्रह से हो, आपको भी वही सब फेस करना है, हम सब ने किया है. The difference lies, if you are able to handle, you will perform definitely well. If you are not ready or you are not able to handle, your performance will slightly go down. So one has to prepare that physical symptoms भी आते हैं, तो they are normal, accept them. हम क्या करते हैं, हम टेंशन में आ जाते हैं कि मुझे उल्टी हो गई, मुझे लूज मोशंस हो गए, तो अब आई कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Everyone gets all these problems and everyone passes through that. तो हमें भी करना है, ये एक्सेप्ट करके चलो, so that whenever you accept this, a luck favors prepared mind. So always remember, students, that everything is normal. No, you are nobody from like कुछ बहुत abnormal या बहुत extraordinary नहीं, हम humans हैं, superhuman नहीं. So everything is going to happen with us also. So we have to face, not run away. That's it.
Okay, thank you, madam. Now to the students, I can say your time is very precious. Those who want to leave can leave, and those who are asking questions can stay with us. Thank you for patient listening. I invite Dr. Dinesh Saroj for a vote of thanks, but then meeting will continue to solve. Few questions are there in chat box. Dr. Dinesh Saroj.
Yes, sir. We are towards the end of the very excellent session. This session was meant to help our students who are going to appear for NEET exam to help them prepare well. So to the end, I would like to acknowledge the efforts of all our faculty who devoted their valuable time today morning and guided all the students. At the outset, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Nishikant Kotwal, sir, who nicely shared tips to avoid anxiety during exam time and how to improvise our preparations for. I would like to thank Dr. Gupta, sir, who guided us on how to avoid last moment mistakes in preparations and the silly mistakes. Very heartfelt thank to Dr. Linesh Yawalkar sir for nicely moderating the session and guiding us on how to make last week revision and tips to be followed on the day of exam. I would like to thank Dr. Bharat sir for guiding us on the nutrition tips and how to avoid illnesses during this very valuable exam period. Thanks to Dr. Jayashree Shivalkar madam for guiding us how to keep ourselves relaxed. She very nicely quoted that mobile watching is never relaxing and we should avoid. Thanks to Dr. Abhijit Bharadwaj sir to help us understand the importance of sleep in exam preparation and how to be prepared with all the learned concepts on the day of exam. Then thank you very much, Dr. Prajakta Kaduskar madam, for guiding us about how to keep our worries aside and be prepared for the exam. So all these points I assume, and I am very much sure that all the students must have taken the note of all these points, and they would be following all this. And finally, I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all the students who attended today's online session. Your participation and engagement are greatly appreciated. See, when exams are nearing, finding time for this activity is really commendable, and I'm really feel gratitude for the same. I want to thank each one of all of you for actively participating, asking the questions, contributing towards today's session, and would also like to acknowledge the support extended by the technical team for ensuring a smooth and productive online session. So towards the end, I would say that all the students should remain determined and should keep working hard that will definitely ensure success. Yourself fit and fine. Thank you once again for being part of today's session. Wish you all best in your exams and for future endeavors. Thank you.
So thank you. Now we can take few questions in chat box, and without wasting the time of other students who don't want to listen, don't have time for these questions. Okay, the question is, if we are studying, from what subject we should start studying? This question is from Naman Gharpure. Any panelist? Dr. Jayashree Shivalkar madam.
एक्चुअली फोकस जो आपका स्ट्रॉन्ग सब्जेक्ट है उसके ऊपर ज्यादा होना चाहिए, बिकॉज प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ स्कोरिंग मोर इन दैट सब्जेक्ट इज ऑलवेज मोर. सेकेंडली, जो आपका वीक सब्जेक्ट है उसमें टाइम पे हम क्या कर सकते हैं, लाइक रीडिंग टेस्ट क्वेश्चंस, सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस, या कोई छोटा सा नोट्स का बुक होगा, उसके ऊपर फोकस करना है. बेसिकली सब्जेक्ट प्लस माइनस करते रहना है, एक ही सब्जेक्ट लगातार बहुत टाइम तक नहीं करना है. अदरवाइज व्हाट यू विल फील कि मैंने बायो कर लिया, केमिस्ट्री नहीं किया, या मैंने बहुत फिजिक्स किया, बायो नहीं किया. सो 3-2-1 यानी 3 टाइम्स आपका जो एकदम स्ट्रॉन्ग सब्जेक्ट है, 2 is medium and 1 is that much time in proportion to your weakest subject in last 3 days.
Any more suggestion about this? If we are studying, from what subject we should start studying? One suggestion is that if you have very short time with you, you can start studying biology. Physics and chemistry knowledge is interlinked with other data, other knowledge of that same subject. So you need to understand it in deep, and it is better to give a lot more time at a stretch for those subjects. If you have very short time, if you have only 5 minutes, you can go and study biology for that. Any other answer to this question? No. Another question is, how to stop overthinking?
I think we have already answered this.
Yeah.
The question is like, I keep on thinking that I gave wrong response to question number 10. And what should I do now?
See, focus on the question which you are attempting now. Because it is a multiple choice question, and you have got only 1 minute for each question. So during this 1 minute, you cannot think about other questions. You will spoil that minute also, or this question also. So focus on the question which you are attempting.
That is also we have already discussed. And the thing is, you have to imbibe this. That is why please give responses to question paper in 2 to 5 time, so that you will take that test on that day. And NEET is also a test as any other tests you are giving, just having importance afterwards. That is the only difference. So you just think about that moment only, and that's the same question you are solving.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. So
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it is time to end the meeting. Anyone,
Yes.
any panelist wants to add something?
Best wishes to all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Best wishes
to everybody.
to all
Do
of you,
your
from all of
best.
us.
Be cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone. We should stop recording and end the meeting now. I must thank Dr. Yash Banai, who has provided us with the link. Thank you.
Recording stop केलं का?